Guys, welcome back to a brand new Minecraft video, and today I'm going to be showing you part A on how to build a modern Minecraft castle. So in the last part we worked on the circles and the new towers a bit, and the towers like just in general, as well as the stairs, and we're just going to continue working on the towers. So very first thing is that I want you to go and get these blocks from your inventory. So pillar quartz block, white concrete, chisel quartz block, smooth quartz block, smooth quartz stairs, white glazed terracotta, block of amethyst, spruce planks, orange terracotta, yellow glazed terracotta, oak planks, bamboo mosaic, acacia planks, jungle planks, red glazed terracotta, mangrove planks, and birch planks. So today we're going to be working on the inner walls for most of the towers, and we're going to be working on these inner towers as well. So very first thing, I want you to take your white concrete, go to the tower where your entrance is, and we're going to build up the inner walls all the way to one layer below the outer wall. So it should be built up till here. So we have this one should be one block below, and just build up all of the inner walls till that height. So once you finish the rest of these inner walls, you want to work on this one, and this one you just want to have a white concrete layered on top of the other white concrete you have, and then you just want to stop at the same layer as everything else. So we should be able to see the window. You shouldn't be covering that at all. So once we're done with that, it should look like this. We might add like a design or something because the walls are pretty plain, but we'll see. Alright, next thing I think we should work on is the inner walls for the towers. So for this tower right here, we're going to grab our pillar quartz block, our white concrete, our mangrove planks, our red glazed terracotta. Yeah. So first things first is that we have to place down where our walls are going to be. So if you know the pattern from what we did a few parts ago, it would be 2 layers of the special block, then 1 layer of pillar quartz block, and then 6 layers of white concrete. We're going to take this, and then we're going to we want to skip 1 layer because we're going to have the ground, or like the floor, which is the wood, and then we're going to do it from here, and it should line up and cover the base of the window. And since we're using glazed terracotta, it's very important you put everything in the same direction, or else it's going to look a bit weird. So it should look like this. Make sure you have this 1 layer that's skipped, so because we're going to be putting wood down here. Then we're going to take our pillar quartz block and laying on its side like so, we should see the lines. We'll lay it 1 layer. And then for the window, you want to cover up the white concrete and the light gray concrete, but you don't want to cover up the actual glass panes. And then for the corners, we're going to have them facing toward this window, which is toward the front of the castle. And we should see the rings from this side, and it should be same over here, like that. Then we're going to have 6 layers of white concrete, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you did it correctly, it should be you should end 1 layer below the outer walls, and then just keep building. And make sure when you build and with the inner walls, you cover up the quartz and the concrete, but you don't cover up the glass panes. So once you're done with that, it should look like this, and it should be 1 layer below the outer wall. And then we can fill everything else in with the mangrove plank so it matches. So now your room should look like this, and we're finally done with the inner walls for this room. Now we're going to move on to this room right here, so the one right behind it. So for this room, we're going to use pillar quartz blocks and white concrete, but this time we're going to use yellow glazed terracotta and the bamboo mosaic. Let's start with the bamboo mosaic. Wherever there is the smooth quartz, you're going to put the bamboo mosaic, and you have to put them on top of the sea lanterns because this is going to be our new floor. And then we'll take the yellow glazed terracotta and make 2 layers for the beginning of the inner wall, and you want to make sure these are facing all in the same direction. Then we'll take our pillar quartz block, and then we'll make sure it's laying on its side so you see the lines, and we'll have 1 layer of this. You want to make sure you skip over the windows, and then for these ones you want them facing toward the back. So on this line right here, they shouldn't be facing toward this window, but the window that's facing toward the back. Once you're done with that, you take your white concrete and do 6 layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you did it correctly, it should look like this. So it should be 1 layer down, that's less compared to the outer walls, and it should look like this. So it's basically a yellow room. Then we're going to work on this tower so it's directly behind the front one, like so. So this tower is right above the art room. That's why we had the ceiling already done before we built up the towers a bit more. And for this one, we're going to take a block of amethyst, and we're going to be taking oak and spruce planks, as well with our pillar quartz block and white concrete. So for this one, we're going to outline with the spruce and make sure it's 1 away from the walls because we need to make space for the inner walls. So we're just going to outline everything with the spruce. Then we're going to take our blocks of amethyst, like so, and then put 2 layers for the inner walls. This is to help you make sure that you outlined your spruce wood correctly. If you did, it should look like my screen right now. If it didn't, then fix it. Then we're just going to fill everything in with oak. Then we'll take our pillar quartz blocks, make sure it's leaning on its side, and we'll make 1 layer. So these pillar quartz blocks in the corner should be facing toward the back, and they should be lined up like that. And then once you're done with the pillar quartz blocks, you take 6 layers of white concrete. So the room should look like this now, and when you did it, you should have covered up the window so we can't really see any of the quartz. We only see the white concrete. And then we're going to move on to this tower over here, which is across from the other one. So for this room, we're going to be using acacia planks, jungle planks, and for our special block with the inner walls, we're going to be using the orange terracotta. So we're going to do the outlining like always, or at least like how we did last time. We're just going to outline based on where the smooth quartz blocks are. Then we're going to fill this in with jungle planks. Then we'll take our orange terracotta and make our 2 layers. So it should look like this, and this will help you make sure that you did your outlining correctly. So you have to do 1 line, so a total of 4 lines, and then fill in the corners as well. And if you did it correctly, it should look like what I have here. Then we're going to take our pillar quartz blocks, make sure it's laying on its side, and then we'll continue with the 1 layer. These little corners, it should be facing toward the back of the castle, and then we'll take our white concrete and do our normal 6 layers. It should look like this now, and remember the windows, we want to see only the panes, nothing else. You don't want to cover up the panes. Then on our very last tower, so this one is right of the entrance tower. So for this tower, we're going to take our white glazed terracotta, our oak planks, our birch planks. So our oak planks, we're going to do the outlining like how we did for the other 2 towers. Then we'll fill it in with birch, like so. And then we'll take our white glazed terracotta and then make sure it's all facing the exact same way. And we'll do 2 layers of that, like so. And then we're going to have our 1 layer of pillar quartz blocks that's laying on its side. For this room, the pillar quartz block should be facing toward the front, so this window right here. And then we're going to add our 6 layers of white concrete. So if you did it correctly, it should look like this, and if you did all the towers correctly, then when you go and fly all the way out, it should look like this. So now we're going to work on the inner towers and build them up, and once we're done with that, we'll be done. So for these 3 parts right here, we're going to build it up by 7 blocks. So we already did 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like so. The thing is that these will soon be small hallways leading into the smaller towers. So I wanted these like small hallways to be like a bit shorter, and they don't have as high as a tall roof, but they should match up like so. And then same on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you want to build up these 3 and these 3. So once you're done with that, we're going to go to one of the smaller towers. It doesn't matter which one. And we're going to build it up 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll build it up that high. It should be a bit, like a tiny bit higher than these outer towers. And it should be 3 blocks higher than we just did for these hallways. And you want to do this for both of the inner towers. The smaller ones, that is. So once you're done with the inner towers, they should look like this. And you want to make sure you count it correctly. So if it was 10 here and 7 here, there should be 3 between them. And then the very last thing we're going to do is that for the very big tower here in the center, we're going to build it up by 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it should be double the height of these. This might take a bit of time, but it'll be alright. Once you're done with that, it should look like this. And then that's going to be it for this part. So to summarize everything, we worked on the inner walls for all the outer towers, and we built up the inner towers. And the next part, we're probably going to be working on the ceilings and the inner walls for this part, and then also the staircases to get to the second floor of the tower, since we haven't done that yet. And that's going to be it. So I can't wait to see you guys with another video. Have a safe and wonderful day. So bye!